everybody, welcome back to another special episode of The Stack with my pals across the pond, Gert Verbeeck and Vanessa Morgan. And today we're going to be featuring some of the amazing films of
Welcome, fool. We confer upon you a rare gift these days. A martyr's death. You will sit with the saints among the elect. Come. It is time to keep your appointment.
I think we should go for a swim and then go look for a nice little taverna. Don't you?
Please, can we have shrimp and squid?
Yes, and Retsina.
Retsina?
God punishes perversion, and I am his angel sent to kill dirty worms.
Something very bad is going to happen.
I crucify you! In the name of God, think what you're doing!
Nico Mastorakis, Greek filmmaker. We're going to be showcasing Mastorakis' work at the Offscreen Film Festival this year. Is that correct, Vanessa?
Yeah, that's true. Not just Nico Mastorakis' work. We'll only be showing normally one or two films of his, but we will be doing an entire retrospective of Greek exploitation and genre cinema, which already really started in the 60s and 70s and has become really important now with the Greek weird wave since 2009. And the idea is like to go back to the roots of this exploitation cinema, especially because it's not very well known outside of Greece. And many of these films are almost impossible to find. So it will be quite unique to see these on the big screen. And yeah, one of the only people or directors that anyone knows outside of Greek is Nico Mastorakis.
Island of Death, 1976. That is the first one that really brought him notice. Its notoriety is that it ended up on the Video Nasty list, BBFC,
and for
issued
good reason.
in the late 80s. Absolutely. There are some movies on the Video Nasty list that don't necessarily deserve to be there. Island of Death absolutely deserves to be on the Video Nasty list. Not that there should be a Video Nasty list in the first place, because we're all, adults who should be able to choose what movies they watch and don't watch.
Yeah, it's also true. I told it. When you watch Island of Death, be it now or 20 years ago or whenever, you will remember the film.
It's interesting that his most unpleasant film is the one that we continue to return back to.
Yeah.
And I'm really glad that you're going to be showcasing it at the Offscreen Film Festival. If you are anywhere near Brussels, Belgium in March, you should swing by the Offscreen Film Festival and get yourself a little taste of Greek cinema.
But there are so many more genre filmmakers, except that, we don't know about them outside of Greece. But that will change from now on. I hope so.
Yeah. I mean, I'm like, wait, what weird wave of 2009? I'm like, tell me a little bit more about this Greek weird wave. What am I missing?
Well, in around 2009, there was an entire new genre that started in Greece, and it was mainly because there was a really big recession in Greece. There was no more money, and so they were asking if directors wanted to make films, they had to be more creative, and so they went to do something that was quite theatrical and bizarre, with very little means, with just one or two very easy locations. And one of the most famous people that came out of it was Yorgos Lanthimos from Dog 2, for example.
Okay. Yes. Well, Yorgos Lanthimos, people would know from The Lobster,
Yes.
The Favorite.
Killing of the Sacred Deer. Yeah, Poor Things.
Right. So, yes, he's become quite an important filmmaker, I think. I did
Yes.
not realize that he was part of a movement back in the day.
Offscreen takes place between March 12th and March 30th. And it's a lot more than just Greek genre cinema, of course. We'll be having a lot of new films as well. We'll be doing also retrospective on British genre cinema, especially folk horror and everything that is haunted. And also something about an extra retrospective around Sulsinger and Pisha, which are like Belgian filmmakers. But the Greek retrospective is one of the big things, and it'll be really unique.
I'm curious about what are some of these other genre titles that were in the 70s that were, working as contemporaries of Mastorakis. Do you have that, Vanessa? Because now I'm like totally intrigued. I'm like, what has Greece got to offer that I've been missing out on?
Oh, a lot, really. One of the most famous people who came out of it, of the Greek exploitation wave, is Kostas Karagiannis. He made especially one film outside of Greece that became quite well known, although it's not his best one. It's The Devil's Man with Donald Pleasance.
Is it also called Land of the
It's
Minotaur?
Peter Cushing. It's with Peter Cushing. Yeah.
Land of the Minotaur. Yeah. I have seen that. I have seen that. Yes.
That's the one. But I don't think it's his best. I think the ones he really made specifically for the Greek market, they're much better. He made a lot of the Greek gialli movies, such as Tango of Perversion, The Wife Killer, and I think they're really entertaining. You have also a lot of dark films that take place on the Greek countryside, things like The Fear and The Deserter. Again, especially The Deserter, again, with very strong women who take the upper hand over the men. One of the films that I really love, it's a there's a lot of sexploitation in Greece as well. Some of them are really like beach sexploitation films, of course, because there's so many beaches. But one that I really, really love, but it's not on a beach, is The Wild Pussycat. It's available also via Mondo Macabro.
Okay.
And that one is amazing. Again, with a woman who takes the upper hand over the man. Always the same team that comes back. But that one is really one that everyone should check out. There's so many, especially sexploitation. Not all of them are good, of course. There's so many. Lust for Revenge, Lust in the Swamps, so many. So if you're from Belgium or the Netherlands or France or whatever, I would say come over, because showing so many Greek genre films on the big screen, it's like unheard of. It's the first time someone does it. And it's also the only time you can watch many of these films on the big screen or even on a small screen, because many of these are just impossible to find.
I'm really excited to hear more about the Greek weird wave, because Yorgos Lanthimos is kind of the one name that I think emerged out of it that has reached Western audiences, but I'm definitely interested to hear.
There's so many others, like, for example, the screenwriter for Lanthimos, he directed a really great film called Pity. It came out, I think, in 2018, maybe, something like that. It's really, really amazing, about a man who does everything that he can to get attention, but always through pity. He wants that people pity him. Amazing film, and he's a screenwriter of many of Lanthimos' movies. And another one that I would really, really recommend that we will also be showing is Suntan.
Suntan?
By Papa Dimitropoulos. Also a film like 2016, something like that it came out. Again, amazing film. These two people should really, really watch it. Yeah.
And will Mastorakis be in attendance?
No, because unfortunately he's coming from LA, so it's kind of like financial pressures. I would have wanted to, of course, but yeah. Nico
Mastorakis, Greek filmmaker, and can we call him, what should we call him, an exploitation filmmaker? And a lot of explosions and helicopters and naked women and bloodshed and things like that. And that was kind of like the recipe for low budget filmmaking in the 80s and 90s. And Nico Mastorakis definitely trafficked in that area. But he's kind of notable because he's one of the few Greek filmmakers to venture into that and also make their way to Hollywood.